Okay, hello. What is going on? It's like this TFDI is causing a big old lag spike problem with my OBS. Something's weird's happening. I know TeamSpeak's not on yet. Let me get that done here. Let me see if. What the heck? No. Let me see if this does anything here. Wrong room. There we go. Okay. So there's TeamSpeak.
Hello, hello.
Yeah, are you guys seeing any lag spikes on your end? Because I'm not seeing it. I'm like hearing it. Like the sound was getting all weird at the end there, and it seems like every time I click on the TFDI, that's when it starts to happen. So like it's pretty smooth on the sim, but I'm seeing it real jerky on the frame's looking really jerky on the video for you guys, because
I wouldn't say real jerky, but on a scale of 1 to 10, I'd give it about a 6.
Yeah, there's an issue with TFDI in the streaming. It's a thing where it's like you gotta really tweak with your computer settings with prioritizations and CPU management.
well, no, because I just did this last weekend and it was fine. So nothing really has changed, with the exception of this little guy.
Could be Microsoft 2020.
Could be. Let me see what that.
Speaking of, the FS Insider is now back.
That didn't do anything. FS what?
FS Insider.
I don't know what that is.
It was the old like newsletter page for Microsoft Flight Simulator.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess that would make sense. What is happening with my computer? What is going on? Something running that's not supposed to be?
It's a Windows update.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. Oh, you know what? That's a good point. That wouldn't surprise me. Shoot. No, scheduled to resume on the 27th. They are paused, so it shouldn't be. Yep, pause updates. Okay, so yeah, they are paused, so it's not Windows. At least doesn't appear to be. Anything else running that's potential conflicts of issues? Google Chrome's running an awful lot of things, but not really that big of an issue. Let's close that. It's really weird. Let's see what happens when I start to move this around again. The CPU's, well, it jumped for a minute, but that's okay. Wonder if I was doing a disk read thing that, maybe, I don't know. That just seems super weird. I did make some tweaks. You know what? I wonder if that has something to do with it. I did make some tweaks to the sim over the week, in this last week. And I wonder, let me look at those, because maybe that's where my problem lies. Because there were some things, most of the stuff I turned down, but I did a whole bunch of this. Let's see, I wanted clouds only, I don't want that. I think I just had that. Those, let me see what that does. That's better. Yeah, I bet it was that. It was just taxing the CPU too much to do that. Okay. All right, that's fine. I can live with that. All right, guys. Sorry for that little hiatus. Trying to fix things as they break and catch them as they come up. So hello, Kelsey, Pavlin, Captain Tim's here, Nick Grisla, United Airlines, which is don't tell me. Hang on. Corey Hackett. Corey Hackett. Let's see. All right, Mike, what you got in mind tonight? Oh, the way. Yeah, good job on your flight. Oh, okay. Let's see. Just trying to catch up with chat here. Don't mind me. DreamSpeak. I don't have DreamSpeak. I have TeamSpeak. How do you add bots? We'll talk about that later. Mike, are we doing FNO tomorrow night? Yes, we are. Outdated GPU driver. No, it was, yeah. I'm going to program the one I'm at now isn't doing me any good anymore. Oh, okay. Sorry to hear that, Kelsey. MD, what MD90? That's not what this is. And Nick again, good job. You also got 10 followers. Nice. Cool. All right. I think that catches us up. I think. We're going to be taking the 717, which is the MD95. Yes, there you go. Different plane. MD90 is a different plane. And we're going to be going from Atlanta down to, or up to rather, DCA. They are landing on the river approach right now, according to FlightAware. So that should make things fun. And we're also going to try out PACX tonight from TFDI, which is part of what delayed here. I did some update for it, and then it broke, and I had to reinstall it, and then it broke my Stream Deck, and I had to re-plug that, and anyway. So I think it's all worked out now. I did just shut it down a second ago because I was trying to see if that was causing the problem, so let me boot it back up and make sure we're still not having any issues. I don't think that was causing it, but yeah, it's relatively okay. All right, so we're on ground power. We are just finished up setting up my load here, so we're going to take 132 people. We are carrying 14.8 thousand pounds of fuel, and I was trying to go in here, not that. I was trying to go in here to see if it got this right. 98.6, yes, good, okay. So it does have that correct, and so yeah, so we can call GSX now. Maybe. Oh. There we go. And let's do the operate the jetway. Let's do Swissport. Yes. Confirm. I didn't close this now. Alright. Open that back up. Let's get on VPilot. I'm at gate Alpha 26 if you're going to be here in Atlanta with me.
I'm at the B gates.
Gotcha. 712. Connect. Flight plan. Fetch. File. And our flight plan should be available through Project Fly, so if you type in route, I think that gets you the Project Fly route through the bot. And let me take a look at the plan here and see. I've got to estimate how to do. So Tim, you've been messing around with PACX a little bit. So when it asks for the takeoff, the departure time, or the takeoff time, they're wanting the actual like wheels up time, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, what he said.
Yeah. And then I believe the arrival time is the same thing, right? Is that at gate
Yes.
or is that wheels down?
I'm pretty sure that's touchdown.
Okay. All right, so we're basically focusing on our airtime. Airtime's supposed to be an hour 23. I think we'll push that a little bit just to give ourselves some buffer. So we'll call it an hour 30. Okay, so let's do this. Let me bring up PACX.
There's 4 time blocks for a flight, and Captain Tim, correct me wrong, you have your out time, your up time, your down time, and your in time.
That's correct, but that does not apply to what I'm talking about right now.
Oh.
I'm talking about PACX. It does not have those things. All right, so it has a departure ICAO, which is KATL.
Yeah, and answer to Crypto's thing, it's out, off, on, in.
Yeah, there you go, yeah. KDCA. All right, time until takeoff. So it's 6:20 now. We're going to estimate about 20 minutes for loading up the people, and then we'll say an estimated 10 minutes for taxi out since it's Atlanta. So we'll call that 30 minutes from now. So that is, we'll just call it 30 minutes. Flight time is an hour 30, we're going to say. Cruise altitude, 31,000 feet. Flight number is West Wind 1990. Aircraft is the 717. Passenger count is 132. We will say the aircraft is equipped with Wi-Fi because we're fun like that. And we'll say OK. All right, the flight has started. we're now going to tell these guys to request boarding. And I want to...
We're still boarding. Let us know if you need anything.
Yes, I know you're still boarding. Good, there we go. About 20 minutes left. That's what I want to get. It doesn't give you that cabin status unless you ask them for the cabin status. So by the way, this is what I'm looking at over here. I've got it on the other screen. I'll show this to you real quick. So you have, this will give you your status over here, expected departure time, passengers very satisfied at the moment. This does not show up unless you go up here to the interactions and ask them for the boarding status check, apparently. These interactions you can do manually, or you can do it with the microphone, which I will be doing as much as I can. I've got it keyed to my Stream Deck, so when I do my typical cockpit announcements, it will automatically bring this up as well, which is super cool. And then once the passengers are boarded, we can actually look at individual passengers, see who's on the flight, see what their status is, if they have any. And then there's always the possibility that PACX gives us some kind of a in-flight emergency or something with a passenger. It's supposed to be rare. I've only done this once and I haven't encountered it. Surprise, surprise. But so we'll see if anything like that happens.
I've never encountered it, and I've probably done like 7 flights.
Yeah, I would imagine it's going to be relatively rare, which is good because that's probably more realistic. Let's see here. Let's get some of our
cargo smoke
checks done now since we've got a time limit. We're on the clock. We're going to leave that off for the time being. We're going to turn these on. And that on. And I'm going to give a little bit of light. Not too much to that. Give a little bit to that. Yeah, that's good. Emergency power.
You do know that your on-the-clock thing is more accurate, your statement, because you've got until 10 o'clock Eastern to make DCA.
Why?
Curfew.
They close at 10 p.m.?
I think so, yeah, the heavy jet. Yeah, the jet aircraft. I think it's 10 or 11, one of the two.
Dang, that's early. I would have expected like midnight. I also didn't realize they were a curfew airport. That's good to know. Well, 6, 8, 9. Yeah, that ain't gonna happen. Not if it's 10.
Well, they are also the only airport under a heavy TFR.
Leave that alone. We're going to turn. Let's see here. Really? You're gonna give me problems? Chase plane? Yeah, DCA, that's what we're talking about. Oh, it helps. Can't. Friggin' open. That would help. There we go. Alright, seatbelts on. So, let's see. Emergency lights armed. That's set. Naver on, logo on. Windshield anti-ice on.
Glide slope.
Pull up.
We're supposed to be able to...
Terrain.
Not a lot of
Pull
them,
up.
especially nowadays. A lot of them in Europe and some other parts of the world. A lot of them shut down for overnight, if they're in close proximity to the city. So Heathrow shuts down overnight. Sydney, I believe, shuts down overnight. There's quite a few of them actually that shut down overnight nowadays. Makes scheduling the long hauls. So interesting fact for that. So Sydney shuts down overnight. So you'll see the aircraft from Sydney come into land at LAX, and they'll sit on the ground for basically most of the day. They won't take off till later late afternoon or early evening, not because it takes that long to turn the plane around, but because if they take off earlier, they'll get to Sydney during curfew and they can't land. So they have to sit there. They'll tow them to another part of the field away from the gates and basically mothball them for a while, and then tow them back to the gate near the end of the day so they can take off so they get to Sydney right around the time the airport opens again. Because because of the distance in time it takes to get over there, there's no other way to do it. It makes it for a really inefficient operation for the airline because they'd like to see those planes in the air as much as possible. And so it forces them to do that. And if they can't get off on time in certain contexts, if an airplane's delayed too long and it goes into that curfew time, they're just stuck. So, why is my Streamlabs starting so bad in this plane? I don't know. Mine was doing it a second ago, and I changed a setting in what do you call it? In the setting. Oh, yes, that's probably why, because you did the same thing. So I went and watched that Captain Vince's video on his P3D settings, and mine started doing it after I did that. Go into your, I'll show you. Go into your graphics under lighting, and it was the shadowing over here. He has you turn on like all these except for particles and something else. I turned the shadow. I noticed it when I landed at Phoenix the other day. It was really stuttery once it got to nighttime because I had the shadow quality up to high. I put the shadow quality to low, and I turned everything off except clouds, internal, external vehicle, and then on the receive, internal, external vehicle. And that made it a bunch of times better on Streamlabs because I was having the same problem when I started my stream. I was like, what did I change? And I went, oh yeah, I messed with those settings the other night since streaming. So try that, see what happens. No, my sim wasn't stuttering. This was Streamlabs. Yeah, that was same thing for me. I turned down the shadow quality because I was getting some weird stuttering in the sim at Phoenix, only after dark. It was fine at SFO during the day, but in Phoenix at night it did something weird, and that seemed to solve it. But when I started up and I had all this stuff still on, it was fine in the sim, but Streamlabs was all stuttery. The music was like cutting in and out as it was struggling. As soon as I took the focus off the sim, it was fine again. And so I went and turned these off, and then it seemed to be back to normal. So yeah, just Streamlabs on this one. I don't know why. And it might be with that setting only with this aircraft. Crypto was mentioning that there's some interesting weird quirks with this one when it comes to Streamlabs, so maybe that's part of it, and it rears its ugly head with the reflections or shadows on somewhere there. I don't know. Yeah, I do. Well, at least I think I do. Thought I did that. It's been a while since I messed with those settings, so who knows. Alright, good. They're boarding now.
I'm doing good.
You're doing good. Sure you are. Alright, let's get the... Oh, I gotta change that.
Thank you.
I gotta change that.
Good evening, ma'am.
Do you think Boston Logan Airport closes? I have no idea. You'd have to look it up. I don't think it does, but who knows?
Morning.
Morning. Thank you.
Assign key.
I'm doing good.
Hello.
CDU. Assign key. F4.
Hello. Thank you.
There we go. How you doing, Gong Show?
Hello.
Hope you're doing well.
Thank you.
Since you're gonna hang out on Twitch, the big boys as much.
Morning. Morning.
Yeah, most airports in the U.S., especially major ones, don't close, but a lot of that's becoming a new quite a trend in Europe and Australia, where big airports will close overnight. It's kind of annoying.
Good evening, ma'am.
Flight plan initialization. We're gonna go from KATL L to KDCA.
Hello. Thank you.
Our alternate is Pittsburgh. Can you stop telling me to align the IRS? I know. Think I don't know? KPIT. Initialize. WWA 1990. Cruise is 310.
Good evening, ma'am.
Cost is 30.
I'm right next to her. Thank you. Hello. Thank you.
Zero fuel weight, 98.6 I think it was, right?
On behalf of the cabin crew, I'd like to welcome you aboard our flight. As you find your seat, be sure to place
Yes.
your larger carry-on items in the overhead bins and smaller items underneath the seat.
Gonna be
in front of you.
broadcasted like a real
If you have
NASCAR
trouble
racer on
finding a
YouTube.
location for any of your carry-on items,
Oh, nice.
please use the flight attendant call
PTSD
button
or
over
whatever.
your seat. Somebody will assist you.
Good evening, ma'am.
If the overhead bin
I'm
is
doing
full
good.
after you put your carry-on inside of it, please close the bin as a courtesy to other passengers. Once all your items are put away, please clear the aisle and sit down in your seat to allow other passengers to find their seats as well. If you are seated in an emergency exit row, please read the exit seating responsibilities in the safety card in the seat back in front of you. Please make sure you are willing and able to perform the actions required. If you are not able or prefer not to perform these actions, please let a flight attendant know so you can be reseated. Now's the time to get out any last-minute text
From
messages
Atlanta,
but
flight
we ask that
plan.
once we depart from the gate, put away any
Jack
laptops or
2.
tablets. Thank you and welcome aboard.
Oh, there it is. Jack 2 to Kellen. And we're expecting what? Let's go to Navigraph. Oh, no, charts Navigraph. Flights, new flight from SimBrief. Yes.
Did you update your air act before you started or no?
I already updated, yeah.
Hello.
Okay.
Thank you.
It's assuming runway 27 right. What does our wind say? Conditions. KATL. 270. Okay, at 8 knots.
Morning.
Makes that easy. Let's load this in here real quick. Alright, so we'll assume 27 right. That's fine with me.
Hello. Thank you. Morning.
Insert.
Hello. Thank you.
Kellen. Looks like Q56.
Morning.
To Kiwi. And then to Waves. Oh, that's right. I insert that. Waves. Clearly it's that one. And then the caps 3. So just, actually, Waves, star, caps 3, Waves, and we should be looking at was it 19, right? Yeah.
Miss, did you see my question I posted to you in your Discord?
When did you post it?
When I posted about getting the 747s.
No, because I started my stream at that point, so I was.
Yeah, it was right before David put the technical difficulties.
Yeah, I didn't see it.
Yeah, so I'm about to pick up the PNG 74s.
Oh, you're talking about where to base them?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. Wherever you want. I don't know where you should base them. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what your procedures are for that. So why would I know? LDA runway 19 Yankee. I'm trying to think which one of these is the. That's a lash. It's the same, basically the same thing. Okay. LDA Zulu. I don't know which one of these is that though. Because I would think the R19 is the RNAV. So I guess it's probably, well, actually, no, I guess then it'd have to be these guys. So let's do the X19 Zulu. That's got to be the LDA. And that is 720. 20. Insert. Yeah, Fergie. There we go. Let's see, how we doing? Good, we're doing fine. Boarding almost done, about 5 minutes left from the PACX perspective, so that's fine. We're good. Door open, bat discharge. Why is the bat discharging? I'm on external power. External's on, they're on auto, they're on external. What is your deal? So it's off, bat charging. Okay. Alright, that should go off. The on light should go off eventually, I think. Okay. What am I missing over here? Is the TFDI worth it? It is a very nice plane. Yes. We go trucking an MP, maybe try and catch up with John Fly. Oh, okay, cool. I would imagine I'm having a pretty good week, Kelsey, I guess. Flight gear, is there not any single plane now that uses flight planning via MCDU? There is plans for 3 planes to have it, but still, they used to call route manager, some realism in that direction. Being announced, the PAV. Oh, Boeing announced that. What's the PAV? I don't know what that is. I don't know anything about flight gear.
Personal air vehicle.
Was it like flying cars?
Yeah, it's like one of the concept words is like has the take it like a drone that is like can put someone from point A to point B like a short distance.
Okay, well, that's just weird. Get that one off. Okay. Fantastic. All right, so looking at our departure, let's bring up the tablet. And
I'm coming off 26 left.
okay. We're going to go back over to here. Look at this one. Show chart. Actually, don't show chart. Let's show chart window. Yeah, there we go. All right, so here's our departure. We're going to be coming off 27. I think I said 27 right. I think is what I'm doing. And so we'll be coming off over here, I believe, is the 27. I should probably know this. Taxi. Taxi! What are we doing in DCA? No. ATL, open charts. Taxi, airport. Oh, nope, I'm incorrect. 27 right's down here, okay. And we're at A, so we're going to taxi all the way down here. So 27 right, we're going to come off SID for the Jack 2. 27 right, we come down here. So we're going to be heading to football, and then down to Zale, Golf, Dub, and then Jack 2. There's really no restrictions of any kind, it looks like, except for 250 knot at Zale, which we may not even be above 10,000 at that point, so it wouldn't be an issue. Top altitude is 10,000, so that's what we'll set in the window. And the minimum safe altitude here is 3,100 feet. So for our taxi, we'll come out of ramp. I'm not sure which side of this we're on, so it'll be either Lima 4 or Lima 3, and we'll go all the way down to Mike, and then we'll take Mike all the way down to Lima Alpha, and then 27 right out. That will be the way of it. Shadow settings one more time. Yeah. Graphics. Lighting. So I put my shadow quality down to low, and that may not have an effect on it. That I did because of an issue I was having in Phoenix last night, actually in the sim. But I moved this down to low. He had it up at ultra. And then I left only on cast is internal and external, clouds, and then on receive, internal, external. Oh, tablet's in the way. Sorry. There you go. So I have my shadow quality onto low. He had it on ultra. Cast internal, external, clouds, receive on internal and external. No problem. Happy to help. All right. So yeah, hopefully that takes care of your issues. All right. So we're going to set 10,000 is already there. We're going to set 27 for our heading. We're going to, at this point, we're almost ready to go. So we're going to turn the start pump on, APU to run and on. And we're going to close our door and the cargo doors. Yep, passengers have finished doing their thing, so we're going to get underway. Where did I...
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome aboard. Please note the cabin door is now closed. We ask that you make sure that all devices are in airplane mode and your larger devices are now shut down and stowed. If you have not already, please fasten your seatbelt and verify it is low and tight across your lap. Your tray tables and seatbacks must be in the full upright and locked position for departure. Cabin crew, secure doors for departure.
Okie dokie. As soon as that APU's online, there it is. And we will disconnect the external. Ground power units. There we go. Alright. And now we'll call for push. Nose to the right.
Hello, Captain.
Monitor radar display. Go around. Wind shear ahead. Wind shear ahead. Wind shear ahead.
Okay.
Locking gear.
What about GSX? I think GSX is very worth it, yes. I mean, it depends on everyone's personal whatevers, but I think it is.
Departure check completed. Bypass pin inserted. Release parking brakes.
Brakes released.
Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at will.
Alright, engine start clearance received. Fuel pumps on. That's in auto. PACX are off. Starting number 2. Turn the transponder on.
Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention to the front of the aircraft for a safety demonstration. When the seatbelt light is on, please make sure that your seatbelt is fastened low and tight across your lap. To fasten, insert the metal fittings into one another. Tighten by pulling on the loose end of the strap. To release your seatbelt, lift the upper portion of the buckle. In the event that the seatbelt light is not on, we suggest that you keep your seatbelt fastened in case of unexpected turbulence. There are several emergency exits on this aircraft. Please take a few moments now to locate your nearest exit. In some cases, your nearest exit may be behind you. If we need to evacuate the aircraft, floor-level lighting will guide you towards the exit. In the event that the cabin loses pressure, an oxygen mask will drop right in front of you. Start the flow of oxygen, pull the mask towards you. Place it firmly over your nose and mouth, and secure the elastic band behind your head. Tighten the straps if necessary, and breathe normally.
If it's stuttering, it's Streamlabs, it's not me. It's not stuttering in my sim.
If you're traveling with a child or someone who requires assistance, secure your mask first, and then assist others. Keep your mask on until a member of the crew advises you it's safe to remove it.
So it's something to do with this plane in Streamlabs for some reason. I tried to eliminate as much as I could, and it's still doing a little bit, so I don't know what the heck.
When instructed to do so, open the plastic pouch and remove the vest. Put it over your head.
I've done all I can.
Wrap the straps around your waist and buckle at the front.
You know,
Pull the strap to tighten.
Alright.
To inflate the vest, pull firmly on the red cord only when exiting the aircraft.
Brake set.
If your life vest does not inflate automatically, blow into the mouthpieces for
Technically.
manual inflation.
You get the cabin
This
announcements?
vest is equipped with
They're
a
doing it right
whistle
now, yeah.
and light. If necessary, your seat cushion can be used as a secondary flotation device. Pull the cushion from the seat, slip your arms into the straps, and hug the cushion to your chest. Once again, all devices must be in airplane mode and your larger devices must be turned off and stowed at this time. Please securely stow your personal items. Make sure your seatbelts are fastened and seat backs and tray tables are in their full upright position. We remind you that this is a non-smoking flight. Tampering with, disabling, or destroying the smoke detectors located in the lavatories is prohibited by law. All of this information and more can be found in the safety
Tow
card
truck
located in the
disconnected.
seat back in
Bypass
front
been
of you.
removed.
We suggest reading this and letting a cabin member know if you have any questions. Thank you for flying with us again, and we hope you enjoy your flight.
Yeah, no, it's Streamlabs.
The
It's not
cabin
me.
is ready.
I'll have to play with this airplane and see. I wanted to fly the Mad Dog tonight, but I haven't figured out what's going on with the landing lights yet. They don't turn on right now. Ever since I reinstalled it with 4.5.
Left is clear. Right is
I
clear.
know what it is.
What is it?
So you go into your settings, you gotta make sure you turn on dynamic lights.
By dynamic light, you mean in the load manager settings, you mean?
Yep, you gotta put external floodlights and put dynamic lights in this. Done.
Okay. Yeah, because my taxi light comes on, but only in high intensity mode. And then the landing lights don't, the low lights don't. But that must be it. So thank you. I will try that.
And I happened to me when I first hopped into P3Dv4. Why isn't this thing turning on right? I was looking for landing lights. I did that. Oh, that's why.
Gotcha.
Yep.
All right, cool. So taxi light on. Gonna bring the flaps in. Put the transfer pumps on. We will turn off the APU. APU air, APU off. PACX on, back to auto. And good deal, turn dome light off. And away we go. And what's our trim supposed to be here? Oh, you know, we never did this part of it, did we? 13, 0/8, temperature 26. 26C, sorry. 144. Where you go, you dumb thing? Four. There we go.
Great, my sim just crashed.
Oh, seriously? Cruising altitude is 12,000 feet. No. Cruising altitude is 31,000 feet tonight. Yeah, I don't have any experience with the Ryzen stuff, so I hope it works out well for you. But yeah, in my opinion, in my experience, the single core processor speeds are better on the Intels, just in general. And unfortunately, P3D still relies heavily on single core performance. So hopefully it works out well for you, though. I want to be a pilot when I grow up. Oh yeah, Akadajit. Welcome to the stream. 5.0 for the trim. Well, I hope you're able to make it happen. Welcome to the stream. There we go. Spoilers are armed. Green box. How many hours? Oh, you're asking how I'm assuming. Hey, what happened to my... What the... Oh, Lord. Oh, I know what I did. Oh, I know what I did. Over here. Not that departure. Departing. Oh. There we go. What's interested in what now? I played Flight Simulator once when I was 13. I could make the wings really long and stuff. It might be good to know moves as well. I'm interested in think they are a lot. What are we talking about? I'm not sure what the topic is here. I think I missed something. Oh, my flight hours. But in the sim? I have 1,050 or so with west wind. That's recorded hours. I have many, many more than that that have gone unrecorded in the sim. As far as real world flight hours from back when I was like 16 and doing flight lessons. Well, actually no, it was after that. I was 18. So back when I was like 18, 19 doing stuff, probably have like 30 some odd, I would think. Because I wasn't able to finish the PPL just because of other financial circumstances that came up. But so there you go. So I can honestly say at least 1,050 for the sim. I have more than that, much more than that. I don't know how much because it's not recorded, so I can't give any kind of official estimate number. I don't really need to. I mean, I do have 3 certified hours in a level D 737 simulator as well. We've got the certificate for that somewhere here.
How am I gonna do that?
Oh joy.
I would love to see you in a level D simulator, Crypto.
Well, we can do it next year.
That's right. We're going back to Vegas.
If I have money, I can make it. I'll come.
Gotcha, Sean.
Las Vegas and Los Angeles tomorrow night.
Tomorrow
isn't
is
Fort
Fort Worth, Atlanta.
Yeah, I think
it's Houston and Bush.
Wait, how did Atlanta get in there?
It's the three sectors are doing it.
Oh, I just knew it was Houston's FNO is what the primary focus is, I believe. From what I read yesterday.
But it's Fort Worth and Atlanta centers are also in on it. So
I got it. Well, Fort Worth makes sense. It's right there. Atlanta's kind of a few removed.
A gap
it's
over.
kind of, yeah, it's kind of weird. My hours are not making me experience because I always do long hauls on autopilot now. All right, stand by. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard Westwind Flight 1990, service to Washington Reagan National Airport. We're going to be off the ground here in just a moment. Sit back, relax, enjoy the flight. We're going to be cruising at an altitude of 31,000 feet, and flight time today is about an hour and 30 minutes. We'll see you on the ground. Flight attendants, take your seats.
You have to tell me where that shadow setting is at.
That's in the under lighting.
Oh, okay. Thanks.
Yeah.
Yep, got it.
High intensity.
Houston.
Come on, whoa,
Houston Center does touch Atlanta Center.
Oh, does it?
Yep, right where Jack Center meets Houston is where they comes in.
Oh, okay.
So I think the routing there just drops down to Atlanta into Houston Center and then to down there on the coast.
Well, fair enough. Alright, let's turn that on. Let's turn that on. No, don't do that. And away we go. Turn on the landing lights.
Okay, how do I give somebody permission to post a link?
Exclamation point permit in their name. Hey Kevin, how you doing? E1, rotate. It is really choppy on Streamlabs, isn't it? Man.
Thanks, Encrypted.
Yeah, we're gonna have to figure that out.
You're
Here.
welcome.
And we're off and running. Start pump on. What? Oh.
Yeah, I know I've got to uninstall P3D and X-Plane. And
What did you do, Sean?
well, I'll be upgrading my CPU and motherboard, so I'll have to uninstall everything before I upgrade.
I missed that part.
Say again?
He said he missed that part.
I missed that part where you're putting in a new CPU. Why do you have to uninstall software for that?
Yeah, you don't necessarily have to. I don't think if you're not going to redo the operating system. Although putting in new hardware is a really good excuse to format and restart your entire computer. Albeit not necessarily necessary, but it's a good excuse to do it.
Well, I've asked for part and they said I had to, so.
Oh, really? Oh, maybe because it detects the hardware change and thinks you're installing it on a different machine or something.
Probably.
That could be.
Fortunately, I've got 99% of my downloads on my external USB drive. And that's where I have most of my stuff installed too, so.
Gotcha. Kevin, how goes it? What is this flight director doing here? Did I not, climbing me illegal speeds? Let's go ahead and pop that up, by the way.
Doing okay. How are you guys? Everybody doing alright?
Doing okay. Doing okay. How are you?
Yeah, it's been quite a week, man.
Yeah. Yeah, Akadejet, with regard to the new Flight Sim 2020, we don't know anything. I mean, it's all speculation.
All other sims.
Yeah, that's right. It's It's one sim to rule them all, and it will be a flop all at the same time. It's going to be one of those.
Yes, exactly.
It's like the One Ring.
Did you see the article from FS Elite on that?
No, no, but I did see the one about. I did see PMDG's comment on it.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now passing through 10,000 feet.
There
So
was
now
an
turn on your larger
FSEV
portable
article
electronic
and
devices.
an interview
As
with
a reminder, please keep your
Microsoft, and they
seatbelt
said
fastened while
something
you are
about
seated and do
a
not congregate in the galleys or near the laboratories. This aircraft is
2
equipped with onboard
petabyte
Wi-Fi. If you wish
requirement.
to connect to the Wi-Fi, you'll be directed to a page to pay a small fee for internet access. We do offer complimentary in-flight TV thanks
I
to our
know the whole
partners.
world was using
Connect to the Wi-Fi and
2
you'll be able
petabytes
to access our
of
wide
information.
range of free live TV and paid movies library.
You know the whole world is what?
The whole world, from what I read, the whole world was made gathering 2 petabytes of information from around the world.
It's raw data.
Oh, I see.
So we'll see how much the 2 petabytes of raw data converts into.
2 megabytes.
How long is it going to take us to do our thing? What's the space requirement? 75 gigs. Jesus Christ.
Actually, 75 gigs isn't that much nowadays. When you think about it. My sim, with all the add-ons and aircraft and stuff installed, I think my sim takes up about 200 gigs of space. And that's just P3D, that's not X-Plane.
One terabyte sim.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, you need legit 1 solid terabyte itself just to run the sim. What do you need 1 terabyte for?
Every tree in the world
That's
is
right.
mapped.
Is mapped and specifically placed where it goes.
So you don't have a tree in the field like Orlando.
Yeah, wow.
1-to-1 scaling.
That's right. Really depends on
It'd be nice if they did it well enough that every airport was to current standards, like current information.
Yeah. Yeah, so
And they update every hour.
right. So real quick on the whether or not companies do add-ons for the new Sims or don't they? Again, the market drives this. So they decide based on how many people they think they can appeal to if it's worth it to jump platforms, because it takes a lot of investment on their part to learn the new coding, to do aircraft for the new system. If they're going to support multiple sims, making an aircraft that's going to work on both, that all is time and money. And so they have to evaluate whether or not it's worth it for them from a business standpoint. I mean, they're in it for the money. That's what businesses do. Nothing wrong about that. That's just the nature of capitalism. So they'll evaluate and look at what the market looks like, and if they think that it's advantageous for them to jump in with both feet, then they will do that. And until they make that decision, they will not make add-ons, and no one will make add-ons for it until it makes sense for anybody to do that, depending on how much work it provides. So
I would venture a guess and say that that's not going to happen. Definitely not within the first year of them releasing 2020. So if you're going to have to wait several years.
Yeah, I would definitely agree.
It also depends on how different Microsoft 2020 is from P3D and X-Plane.
That's true. It does.
Yep.
Yeah, there's again, at the end of the day, there are way too many factors, and we have almost zero information on this new sim from a realistic standpoint. So who knows what it's going to truly be, if it's going to be truly a simulator, if it's going to be more of a game, if it's going to be, primarily Xbox and, the PC is getting thrown a bone. I mean, who knows? There's still way too many variables, and Microsoft is famous for putting out screenshots and videos of stuff that looks way better than it does in the actual sim gameplay at the end of the day, unless you have a supercomputer, which not many people have.
And then of course it's got that what's the studio Pixar. Yeah, Pixar. Yeah, that's who's doing the screenshots.
Right, exactly. Yeah, you can render it to look however you want for your little teaser trailer. How the actual in-game play works is an entirely different story.
Edited by Lucasfilm.
That's right. It's all
what's the name of it?
ILM. Industrial Light Magic. Yeah.
PMDG has already commented about the new sim.
I know they have.
Yeah, they gave their neutral comment.
And their comment is exactly what we've all said. We don't know anything, and they're not going to make a decision based on no information. So,
especially since we got blindsided right after your FS Expo.
It really doesn't matter. They were going to announce it at some point. We would have been blindsided whenever it got released. It's not. So you know, there's nothing really to that. But again,
but maybe they'll be at the next one.
Maybe. Who knows? If it's a true sim, they'd be smart to. They'd be smart.
Yeah, but I think Microsoft also learned their lesson when they released their last flight sim game thing.
Yeah, Microsoft Flight.
Yeah, and it tanked.
Yeah, I really hope they learned their lesson from that and aren't just going, hey, let's try this again. Because if it's going to be another Microsoft Flight,
it's not Flight.
Yeah, well, of course they said that. They say a lot of things.
Emphasis on simulator, at least on their little thing that they released today.
Bernie Sanders says that I can go to college for free, but we all know that ain't going to happen. They're making scenarios based on Harrison Ford and Air Canada landing on taxiways. Microsoft Taxiway Simulator. Dun, dun, dun.
I don't mind if they develop KSNA.
Right? I don't mind if they develop Fresno. Actually, hopefully Orbex does that sometime soon. That'd be nice. I gotta send that. I gotta pull a Fly Purdue and like send their developers like a box of chocolates and stuff and like, hey, Fresno guys. He was telling us at Expo he went to, because he lives up in the Bay Area right near the Twitch headquarters, and he's actually friends with a number of people at Twitch. And he said when he was applying for partner, he went in there and he was kind of asking, hey, who are the guys that do the determine the partnership stuff. And so he like actually sent them like 2 boxes of chocolate and then a whole bunch of his like business cards from Twitch. And then like 2 weeks later he was partner. It's like, hey, if it works.
There's a link to the article I was referring to.
Oh, okay. I saw the article. When I first saw the article that was by Phil Spencer, I thought it said Phil Spector. And I was very confused.
But you guys did see the post on their website, right? Today?
On whose?
I had to go and look at what petabyte was.
No. Well, I guess it's on, but it was originally on the Microsoft Flight Simulator official website.
Oh, I did not see that. No.
Oh, really? Okay. Well,
enlighten us. Considering it's the TFDI, she might.
The flight crew has turned off the fasten seatbelt sign. You can now get up and move about the cabin. However, we ask that you keep your seatbelt fastened.
Some sort of interesting effect right behind the window there, frame in the sky.
Yeah, it's the Milky Way.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Ah, Stargazer.
So in there, they kind of address some of the concerns from the community.
Oh, okay. Let's take
they posted that earlier today.
Let's take a look at this.
I'm really concerned.
I know you are.
Don't be. It's actually positive.
This sentence from Leonardo da Vinci. Oh boy. And while we all have our own personal associations with flight, the entire team is committed to the singular goal of capturing the artistry, the mastery, and essence of flying. We believe part of achieving that goal is taking a moment to recognize pivotal steps in our development process, and today is one of our biggest. The culmination of time, effort, technology, and collaboration was edited into a 1-minute, 30-second video shown at the Microsoft keynote presentation this year to kick off E3 2019. On behalf of the entire Microsoft Flight Simulator team, we humbly and deeply express our gratitude for such an overwhelming positive response to our announced trailer. It's a weird way to word that. We recognize that without people like you, we don't get to make the experiences like this that span more than 35 years and maintain such a passionate following. Thank you for being patient enough to weather the turbulence caused by some of our previous missteps. Thank you for being willing to look to the possibilities of the future while asking us to be accountable for the past. We hear you. We value you. We want to make the next generation of Microsoft Flight Simulator for you, with you. While this is not the moment to answer every question being asked, we do want to take the opportunity to answer a few important ones. We are making Microsoft Flight Simulator. Emphasis on the word simulator. Designed for PC, optimized for multi-platform support. Example, Xbox. Yes, we are supporting third-party content development and community content creation. We are aware of the concerns in this current ecosystem and are working to address them. Yes, we genuinely want to work closely with the community in the development of this title. Accessibility is important to us. Whatever your abilities are, if you want to fly, we are going to do whatever we can to make that happen. Yoke and pedals, mouse and keyboard, controller, etc. No pilot left behind. I like that. Over the next few months, we will be communicating our plans for the rest of the year, including important updates to the preview, build, insider programs, and important development beats. Maintaining a collaborative relationship with the community starts with transparency and clearly communicated expectations. Early August is our current timeline for kicking off the communication of the development roadmap. We will continue to add clarity to this timeline throughout the summer. If you would like the latest updates, please make sure to sign up for the Insider program. This is just the first step in an adventure we are honored and excited to be taking with all of you. The reaction we received from our recent trailer was an incredible reminder that we are not alone in this passion we have for Microsoft Flight Simulator. Thank you for sharing your thoughts, honestly expressing your feedback and concerns, and taking this next step with us. What's going on with my sim? From all of us here working on Microsoft Flight Simulator, thank you. Sincerely, the Microsoft Flight Simulator team.
You know, whoever wrote that obviously is in a state where they have legalized pot.
Very poetic.
Yeah, it was definitely it's very speechwriter-esque right there. That's the marketing team that put that out, I'll tell you for sure. Can't wait. I can't wait to fly with my ThinkPad red nipple. Yes. That is awesome. I just picture someone doing that on their little... Oh, that is hilarious.
Altitude.
Yeah.
Beat me to it.
Yep. I'm quick. I'm fast and move like the night.
Well, we've heard from marketing we should write the engineering rebuttal.
Yes. Well, marketing says it will do this and this and this. Logically speaking,
in reality,
it will not do any of these things, but it will do this one thing fairly well. I think clouds are up here.
Our pushback will resemble Goat Simulator.
Please begin pushback.
You do that too well.
Screaming Goat.
I know I do. I do it just for you too.
This is why we should call him the Flying Goat, not the Flying Goat.
Yeah, in crypto, I know what you're about to say, the Screaming Goats, and that is your job. We all know this.
I can't copy their screen.
Oh, really?
In a few moments, we'll be starting our in-flight meal service. Please look in your seat back for our menu, and one of our crew members will stop by shortly for your order.
This is the one thing I think should start earlier. Because in reality, once you get past 10,000 feet, they like get up and start doing the meal service like almost immediately, even if the seatbelt sign's still on.
Actually, usually drinks, not food.
What was that?
Ladies and
Usually
gentlemen,
strength's not
due
new.
to unexpected turbulence, the in-flight service has been suspended. We will resume service as soon
Well,
as
there's a
possible.
whole sequence to it.
Well, and there's that. They suspended service because of the turbulence. That's awesome. What's on the menu tonight? Well, apparently nothing,
Ladies
because
and gentlemen, the flight crew has turned on the fasten seatbelt sign. Please return to your seats and fasten your seatbelts.
they're not getting any service because of the turbulence we're going through right now. So sucks to be them. They're not going to be happy. They're not going to be happy campers. It's
You can go look.
very passenger satisfaction. Very unsatisfied. Serving dinner suspended.
Wow.
Yeah, they're pissed. The first person, Brian Lawson, is furious and terrified. That is funny.
Well, have you tried different altitudes to get out of the turbulence?
I have not. I could do that. Let's try
That's why
that.
you avoid the turbulence and not go into it.
Well, I can't see the turbulence until I'm in it.
Well, you
Let me try 33,000 feet. Let's see what happens here.
can see the weather, can't you?
Well, nothing showed up on my weather radar. This is just clouds, fluffy clouds.
With little streaks of lightning.
Well, I haven't seen any streaks of lightning yet, although I'm sure it's there somewhere.
It's a happy little cloud.
Yes, thank you, Bob Ross.
We call them happy little accidents.
Mm-hmm.
Where there are clouds, you can expect turbulence.
Not always. Depends on the cloud.
Sometimes when you see clouds, you can expect a nice calm piece of air.
Exactly. You see cumulonimbus, you can expect turbulence, that's for sure.
When you don't see it, it gets a little surprising.
Yeah, that's true. It's a very smooth
That's why we have the cats.
CB here. That's why you have
Always watch out for the cats.
cats. You
Well,
want
pretty much the
Meow.
pirate cats.
pretty much.
Clear turbulence.
Oh.
You see the videos out of Europe on that one?
On the clear air turbulence? No.
Yeah, where somebody was filming in the cabin when they hit it.
Oh.
Dribbled a cart and a flight attendant off the ceiling.
Oh.
Altitude.
So, Mike,
Seems
as
to be
a
a little more
sound guy, right?
stable up here. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You're a sound guy, right?
Yep.
All right. So, we have a retreat going on this weekend.
Okay.
Then all of a sudden, like the retreat site allows you to rent their equipment. It's like $400.
Okay.
And then my church says, you know what? We'll just bring our own. So they tell me to organize everything. So I'm a little pissed off.
So wait. So the church said they would bring their own.
Yeah, they decided to bring their own, and then they told me this week, hey, we're gonna need you to organize all the equipment and bring it.
Oh. Oh yeah, that's nice. Thank you. Thanks for making me do that.
Thanks.
Save your $400. Well, it seems to be much smoother up here, so yes, we'll turn the seatbelt sign off. Let's see if we can get that service.
I mean, I'm already playing guitar, yeah, but why not? I'll just bring some
Yeah,
equipment.
right? I'll just do everything. Pizza Pie Polly coming in with a 9 months Twitch Prime subscription. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Whoa. And Acadajet. That was really hard to say. And I'm probably not saying it right anyway. Thank you for the Twitch Prime subscription to you. You've got, well, actually, both of you get some complimentary Moose Miles there for the subscription. I think it's like 200 or so. 150 or 200 Moose Miles. Operation Dumbo Drop. Let me see here. I want to check something. Okay,
Wasn't that a movie?
How do I unsuspend? Did I just turn off the... head of diversion... Yeah, that was a movie. I did turn off the seatbelt sign, right? Let's Start your service again. We've got clear air now.
Got the fasten seatbelt sign or off?
I just turned it off, but they're not really responding to it.
You called the girls in the back?
No, but I could do that, I suppose. Of course, the only option is a generic flight attendant request. I don't know what that means. Delay diversion. Who? Oh, your friend broke up with his girlfriend on Monday? That sucks. Was he the break-up-er or the break-up-y?
It was a mutual thing. They had a talk.
Oh, okay.
Decided to cut the cord.
Gotcha. Was it a long-time relationship, or was it a fairly...
No, not really.
Okay.
They started like earlier this year.
Oh, okay. Well, that's not that bad. Yeah, what's going on here?
Looks like you had to open another section on the Discord for the Peyton Place stuff.
For the what now?
For the Peyton Place stuff.
I'm still confused. I'm not getting it. I think I'm missing something.
Who broke up with who?
Oh, I see. I get it. Start your services. The air is clear. Up where the air is clear. Let's see. I need to update this. Progress. Where is it? I think I need to upgrade it and update it anyway. Menu. Perf, there we go. No. Oh, it changed it for me, okay.
Hey, Mike.
Hey, how's it going?
Pretty good. I just bought PACX.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I'm just playing with it now. Although they suspended service because of turbulence, and then they won't restart it. So now my passengers are going to be pissed the whole time. I went up and found smoother air and everything for them. They're not satisfied. Let's try something here. Ladies and gentlemen from the cockpit, we seem to have found some smoother air up here at a higher altitude, so we're going to try to resume our food service in the back. Let's see if that does anything. I doubt it. I doubt it. So Brian Lawson, who was furious and terrified, is now only terrified. What a wimpy 21-year-old. My gosh. Man, there's a whole bunch of people that are terrified. In fact, most people are terrified. What is this? It's not choppy anymore. Everybody is terrified. I've not clicked on one person that hasn't been terrified.
Oh, great, we have Captain Denzel on controls.
Yeah, apparently. What do they think this is, the movie Flight? Were we inverted and I didn't know?
Auto's taking over. I'm so far north right now, the sun hasn't fully set yet for me.
Yeah. So, Acadajet, that is not, by the way, that's not PACX doing that. That is, that's an effect I have on my stream. That ground loop noise, the high-pitched 400 hertz noise. So that's a feature I have built into Streamlabs. So when I push my button here, it activates the PACX thing, but it also plays my passenger sound like that. So it does that. They're already terrified, so you might as well go inverted. I know, right? Ladies and gentlemen from the flight deck, the turbulence has subsided. There is no reason to panic. Please don't panic. We're perfectly safe. There's no problems up here. We're in smooth air, and we expect to be at our destination in about 50 minutes or so.
Don't panic.
Don't panic.
Oh wow.
Be like that guy in Animal House during the parade. Remain calm.
Right.
Mike, this is pretty awesome so far. This PACX, so you have to like choose where you start and end.
No, you tell it where you're gonna start and end. Did you give them a towel? I know, right?
I'm saying like.
What are you asking then? I'm confused.
I was saying that you can tell it like what to say, like where you landed in the. Like if you land in San Francisco, you can say, "Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to San Francisco."
Oh, I see. So what it does is, let me bring it up here and I'll show you. So you've got this little window deal, and these are the interactions that you can do. It will try and you can do your custom voice interaction, and it will try to determine based on what you're saying, what category that fits into. Whether that's a diversion, if it's a delay, if it's ahead of schedule, if it's just generic public address, generic flight attendant request, that kind of thing, seatbelt thing. So it will try to figure that out for you, or you can go in here and just click delay and do it, and the passengers react accordingly. But you can do that with the microphone, and it will use voice recognition to try and figure out what you're talking about. So, but yeah, so it allows you to interact with passengers. You can set this to also like record what you're saying and then play it back, and it will play it back with some vocal effects to sound like you're coming out of a PA. I turned that off because I've got my own effects that are going into the stream, and you don't need to hear me twice. So, but when you're doing it offline, in the settings right here, right, playback voice for public addresses. If you check that, what'll happen is you'll speak it, and then once it determines what it is, give it a beat, and it'll start playing your voice back over the PA. It'll actually sound like it's coming over the PA.
Wow, this is pretty awesome.
So it's pretty cool.
This makes FS passengers look like, I don't know.
Yeah, it's like a better version of FS passengers.
So after DCA, where are you going? Is that it?
That might be it. We'll see. We'll see. I don't know. See how I feel when we get there.
What's up, pushback? How realistic do you think the pushback announcement was, or like the safety briefing?
That's really well done, and it's generic enough so that it doesn't feel like you're tied to any specific airline. But it goes over the seat belts, the tray tables, the people that are having to do the emergency exits, in the event of a water landing. I mean, it goes. No, it sounds like a real person. It's a real lady that recorded her voice, and so yeah, it doesn't sound fake. It sounds like she's actually back there doing the brief. It's cool. And then
Is it faint in the cockpit?
You can turn the volume of it up or down, so you can determine how much you want to hear. Right now, mine's set to 50%. It's probably a little bit on the loud side, so I'd probably turn it down a bit. But I just wanted to get the experience of it first before I started messing with that.
Yeah.
What is cool is you can also, if you have your own safety briefing stuff, like you want to have it use, instead, you can tell it to use your files instead of its files. So you can go in and customize it. So if you had your own from somewhere, like if you wanted to use United's real safety video kind of thing, you could put that file in there and it would play that one.
Oh, props to TDFI.
Yeah. Now if only they get the toilet challenge, then we'll really be set.
Just gonna say that.
I knew you were waiting to. What was that?
I think it works with other aircraft.
It works with all aircraft. It's more integrated with the 7-1 and PMDG aircraft. Like the seatbelt thing will actually automatically activate the flight attendant to say seatbelt sign is off or on. Other aircraft it won't. You have to go in and tell it that you've done that. But the base program works with pretty much everything.
And if you hit the PA button,
yeah, that's the other thing.
Bring up the thing.
Yes, it'll do the mic thing. Yeah.
Oh, so like this PMG 737, if you actually hit the PA button, just talk over the PA, it does it for you?
Yeah, there's like a attendant button up there that you can hit or something, or right next to it, then yeah, I'd recognize it. So it'll do that with this aircraft and PMDG aircraft right now. They're working on integrating it with some other ones, but it will still work with any aircraft across the board. It just works more intently. I spent I spent $3 shy of that for it at Expo, and I'm happy with the purchase. So yeah, I would probably do it.
I already bought it. I just
I was about ready to cancel the one I bought and buy it for 30 just to make the purchase go through, but thankfully I didn't have to do that because there was a bit of a screw up on the overall activation end on their end. So, but thankfully we got it resolved finally. Where are you located in the world? Oh no, no, Pavlin's in I think no, he was like in what are you in, like not Belarus. It's one of those over there though somewhere, right? I can't. I'm blanking on it now. Bulgaria, I think. So you're a lot closer with Austria. Yeah, he's not in Australia, I can tell you that. I was trying to remember if I knew where you were. I remember you told me before. I was trying to remember. I knew it started with a B. No, it's not 8 p.m. in Sydney. It's 8 p.m. It's almost 8 p.m. here in California.
Hey Mike, what do you think of Imagine Sim? They announced this a while ago. They said they're in LAX. You down to buy that?
I don't know. It depends on what it looks like when it comes out. I don't think I have anything by Imagine Sim at the moment, so. I mean, I'm happy with I'm happy with the FS Dream Team's LAX that I have now. So unless there was a significant reason to buy a different version of it, then I don't think I probably would do it. Only because I have a version of it already that I like. If the version of LAX that is out there right now was like super out of date, which it's not really yet. I mean, it's got the new Tom Bradley stuff. I mean, it's gonna be they're building the new. Oh, hello. Whoa, Brad M coming in with 66 viewers. Holy crap. Welcome to Brad M's viewers, and Brad M, thank you for the host of the raid, or whatever that was, the host apparently. We are flying the TFDI 717 with PACX, the new TFDI program, to DCA. We're going to be landing in Reagan in just a little bit. Where are we in regards to our top of drop here? It does not tell me there. Where did it tell me? I saw it a minute ago. 113 miles top of drop, so we're getting kind of close. Should be doing the river approach in there, so welcome guys. Hello Vegas Flyer, Tech My IT. Yep, River Visual, that's right. So that's why you fly into DCA, is to do that. That's so much fun. So thanks guys. Consider hitting that follow button and the notifications if you don't mind. And get yourself some complimentary moose miles while you're here. River Visual at night, yes. That's, yeah. In fact, most of the time when I've done the River Visual into DC, it's been at night, so it's just par for the course, because it usually ends up being like for an FNO event or something. No, Sydney, well, Sydney is probably like 10 hours behind, but it's a day ahead. So go figure that one out. It's a weird thing, because they're technically behind us as far as the sun goes, because they're just that side of the Pacific from us, but they're on the other side of the international date line, so it's a weird jumble of math you got to do. You know, the guy that did the River Visual with the MD-11? Oh, that's a bit of a stretch going into DCA. Goodness. So, Brad M., how was your flight expeditions tonight, if you're still here? Vegas Flyer, thank you for the follow. Welcome aboard. Vegas Flyer, did I meet you at Expo? Were you the guy that came to the dinner? I feel like you were at the Tapatoro with the dancing girls. Continuum. 12:36 p.m. in Sydney at the moment. Yeah, so they're basically they're 7 hours behind us. that way, but they're actually a day ahead. So, however that math works out to be so many total hours they are ahead of us, I don't really know how to figure that out. Yeah, we did. Yeah, I feel like we spoke to each other for a little while. At one point, I think at the expo and then also at the dinner. What'd you do, Bradam? Where'd you go? What were your exploits? I saw that you are now have 100% less blue screens of death, so that's good. What was going on there? Jet, thank you for the follow. Welcome aboard. And I missed some other ones here. Oh wow. Joshua Carey, thank you for the follow. Wolf Cat, the thick boy, thank you for the follow. That is quite a mouthful, but awesome. Welcome, guys. Welcome to the Moose crew. Happy to have you aboard. Check out our Discord. That's not. We do have some guys on voice, but not in Discord. We actually use TeamSpeak for the speaking right now. We might be switching over to Discord eventually, but we do have a Discord set up for offline chatting and talking about flight sim and other things, and also letting you guys know when I'm going to be streaming. So, yeah, what was going on with that, Brad? Exile. Let's see. Exile Eternal or Exile Eternal. Thank you for the follow. Welcome aboard. Welcome to the Moose crew. Yeah, what was going on? Why were you BSOD'd? What did you do? What did you break? Hanging out with Nico too much? Is that your sim just get jealous or something? Jealous of the full motion sim? I need to find an excuse to go to New York at some point and check that thing out. This guy you're talking about is really experienced in flight simming. He has a lot of flight time. You know how much, but for him to do this as easy as, you know, wait, who are we talking about? Did I miss something, Pavlin? It's very possible. Oh, you're talking about the guy with the MD-11. I gotcha. I gotcha. I did something stupid. Yeah, no, I figured it out. Thanks, Pavlin. Alright. Well, we're getting close. I still don't... I feel like the PACX thing almost like stopped interacting because it didn't ever mention anything about the seatbelt sign going back off. I'm going to turn the seatbelt sign back on. See if she mentioned something. It takes a moment for her to figure that out. This is only my second time doing this with PACX. I did the first one offline, just a flight from SFO to Phoenix, and it worked pretty well. I'd say it was the OC profile. Centigrade, how's it going, man? How much time top of drop? We're getting very close. We are 70 miles. It's not giving me a time, but we can do the math if you wish. We're doing a ground speed of 527 nautical miles over the ground. So if we have 70 miles to cover, all you Sesame Street fans out there, how much time is that? We can actually do this another way too. Increase. Oh, it's actually right between there. So what is that? Kiwi? Look at our flight plan here. Oh, it doesn't tell me. Oh, maybe it does. Nope. Doesn't give me time overs. That's annoying.
What's the question?
Oh, here we go. Let's see. Is that what I'm talking about? Yeah, 240. So we're going to be a Kiwi at 240. Top of drop's probably in about 10 minutes. Nick, you already started your top of drop? Nice. Surprised the profile turned on my then, or stable from oh, turned on you, yeah. What is the OC? Is that what's the Matt Davies program? I can't remember the shaders program called. PTA, is that a PTA thing? Oh, overclock. Oh, OC. Oh, yeah, duh. Duh. I was thinking about buying this game. Should I get a joystick, or is that not going to matter for most of the flights? No, you definitely want to have a joystick or a yoke or something. You don't want to be trying to fly with the keyboard. while yes, you can use the autopilot whoa. What the heck was that? Well, yes, you can use the autopilot function for a good majority if you want. It's a lot more fun to be able to take control of the aircraft as much as possible, especially on the approaches and the takeoffs. And you don't want to be trying to keyboarding it for that. That's just no fun. If you want to get, yeah, Centigrade. I was just gonna say Centigrade's got a good alternative. You can use an Xbox 360 controller, and that's a nice in between, especially if you've already got one, and you can use that until you save up for a true joystick or yoke or something like that. But that way you don't have to put out that money right away. So that's a good way to do it. What do I think about Matt Davies? He's fine. Nothing. I don't watch a lot of his stuff necessarily. I do think he's got a like some streamers out there. He has a little bit too much of a love affair with the F word on his streams, which I'm trying to keep mine more family friendly. So I don't appreciate that. But I mean, teach their own. He's been around a long time. He's very popular, and I'll still catch his stuff every once in a while. I do enjoy some of his videos occasionally. But I spoke to him briefly at Expo. It was really more of just to say hi, and he was trying to get something ready for a presentation. But actually had a really nice conversation with Chewy. He was very pleasant. He had a little entourage around him like all the time, but he was very pleasant. And there was one guy on Gong's stream that was talking to this kid that was like all excited to try and find Chewy and Matt Davies, and when Gong pointed out that Chewy was over there, he just took off like running after
that's great.
him. It's hilarious.
Seeing that. That's funny.
That was super funny. Take off and landing mostly, the rest you can do mouse keyboard. Yeah, that's absolutely correct.
Did you order your honeycomb?
Where do you order it? I was just looking this morning on their website. I have not found where I can pre-order it yet. I thought it was supposed to be available to pre-order like this week, but I have yet to see any evidence of that. And even on like Evis Elite's page, I haven't seen anything. Have you found anything?
No, I haven't found anything yet.
Okay. Family friendly is good because I like to have Twitch on the TV in the living room and have two small kids around. Exactly, Centigrade, exactly. We try to keep it family friendly. We've got kids that are watching the stream, and there's no need to bombard them with unsavory language. It's just not necessary. I like him and all. It is nice pilot, can't deny, but I don't like his language. It's really unpleasant to me. Yeah, that's really the only strike I have against the guy. No, Matt Davies, I think is who he's talking about. That's really the only, and that's the only strike I have against the guy. And there's a number of streamers that do that too. That's just F-bombs all day, and you know, all right, that's fine, but you know, it's going to limit your audience because there's certain people that just aren't going to go for that. But yeah.
Sounds like he's British.
Each to their own.
Yeah, I like the British guy.
Yeah, that guy. Yeah. Vinny67, welcome to the stream. Thank you for the follow. Welcome aboard. Complimentary Moose Miles coming your way for the follow. The Air Force Proud Guys provide. Yeah, I didn't see him this year at Expo. He was at Expo in Vegas last year. He was fun to talk to. I got a picture with him because my roommate really enjoys watching some of his videos. But he's got some really funny stuff.
For Riddle, so he could just be busy with classes.
Oh, he could be, yeah. Yeah, he does. He's got a number of videos of him actually flying in real life, and so. But he's a good guy. I enjoy him. I'm almost 40 and couldn't use the F word that much in conversation unless I was purposely trying to. I know, right? Yesterday, watched Chewy. He is so nice and fine, at least by the way, yeah. Yeah, he's a good guy. Chewy's a good guy. Also Matt, but different Matt. So I have to say I am jealous he gets to go hang out with the Fly UK sim guys when they're 747 simulator for like World Flight and stuff. I never got a chance. I wanted to talk to Gary when because he was at Expo, and I never got a chance to connect with him. Every time I saw him, he was engaged or I was engaged with something. So, but yeah, I really do Love the look of that
engaged?
7.4. Not that kind of engaged.
Oh.
Engaged in
So,
conversation, engaged in an
Right.
activity. The generic
Just trying to spread
engaged.
rumors, that's all.
I know what you're trying to do. There ain't no ring on this finger.
He wants that Discord social.
I know,
channel.
right? You're engaged with your computer. You're getting married. All right. Well, you have fun with that. I can't believe Chewie's mask is still working. He said he hasn't changed the batteries in it. Really? Yeah, he's had that for a while too. I'm amazed if he hasn't changed the batteries in it. That's impressive. And here comes top of drop. Let's cycle this down before I miss my window here. Oops. That was done.
Altitude.
Altitude. Let me see. What was the? Go back here. Da-da-da-da. Caps 3 windowed.
Greetings programs.
Huh? 6,000.
Like greetings programs.
Oh, hey, Nathaniel.
Just popped in to say, keep you guys in the loop. We're still living.
Well, that's good. Glad to hear that. Prof. Oh, it's the next. Okay. Chewie, let's see. Chewie was streaming a 748 with landing at JFK on really stormy weather with the some enabled. It handled it really professionally. Yeah, he does a pretty good job most of the time. I mean, every once in a while he has his little Chewie moment, but no, most of the time he does a really good job. Her name is Stan. Her name is Stan? From now on, I want you to call me Loretta.
Whoa.
All right, Loretta. You asked for it.
I am serious, and don't call me Shirley.
Yeah, exactly. Random question. I'm new to the A320. During a turnaround, I shut down the engines, but wanted to start them again, but they wouldn't budge. Do you need a full FMS reprogram to get them to go again? I don't know. I'm not a big Airbus guy, so I don't fly the A320 really. If there's someone in here that does know that, I wouldn't imagine they'd be tied to the FMC, but typically there is a cooldown period they're supposed to go through. And I don't know if that would be if the logic in the Airbus is preventing them from refiring because this hasn't gone through the cooldown yet.
That's only in the Neo. The older ones they didn't.
Oh really? Okay. Yeah, this is the Aero.
I'm not an expert on that either.
Okay.
I'm not an expert either, but I know what I read on specs. You know.
Got it. Hoopy15, thank you for the follow. Welcome aboard. So I'm not sure. That would be the only thing I could think of. I doubt it's tied to the FMC or the MCDU or whatever they call their little computer. But I don't know.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't. FGFS, you can failure the A320 without any issue with the procedure entirely different there. Yeah. Yeah. The procedures in general on the Airbus versus the Boeing are night and day. So.
Well, that's for sure. I never liked the computer systems on the Airbus FMC, the professional models that you get for FSX. So cumbersome. They're worse than the FMC on Boeing. More procedures, you know.
Yeah. Well, the computer has to do more of the work, so you know.
Yeah, I know. Fly by wire.
Hey, Moose.
Yes, sir.
How do you find Will Smith in the snow?
Oh no.
Oh no.
Do I want to guess?
Take a guess.
No, I'm not going to.
Well, you look for Fresh Prince.
Coleman in black. I don't know.
I've looked for Fresh Prince. Oh my gosh. Crypto, you and the dad jokes, I tell you. Oops, wrong thing. There we go. Dad
well, whiteboards, very remarkable.
Oh boy. Alright, how dissatisfied are my passengers at this point? Very unsatisfied.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's because they didn't get there. They're all still terrified. I don't know, what are you terrified about? Just permanently terrified after the turbulence? Is that what happens? Apparently.
Well, you think it's an airplane. You know, you're going through the clouds and rough winds.
You don't trust what, Crypto?
I don't trust stairs.
Stairs?
Yeah, they're always up to something.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
You're gonna get yourself dad banned.
You know, Mike, you know, I used to use our best passengers back in the day, you know, so I had to go went to your PACX.
Mm-hmm.
I found getting my passengers drunk on the line on the flight.
Well, see, in PACX, I can't tell them to do. Well, part of the problem is they killed the food service because of the turbulence. So I climbed up 2,000 feet. Turbulence went away. Turned off the seatbelt sign, and they never resumed the service. So my passengers are all like unhappy because they didn't get their food. Yeah, it's PACX. This is only my second time using it, so I'm still learning it a little bit. But hey, the stewardess is cute, and he's terrified to be around her. Well, no, they're all terrified. You click on all the passengers right now; they all say they're terrified. So yeah, it's kind of interesting, to say the least.
What you need is Amazon Broadzilla Xena warrior-looking stewardess.
Yeah, there you go.
2 things in line.
Exactly.
I'm Xena, I'll get you your food.
Alright, let's look at our weather conditions for DC, KDCA. Ooh, it's raining. So we got wind is 220 at 10 knots, 7-mile visibility with rain, light rain. Scattered clouds at 5,000, broken clouds at 7,500. Quiet you. Overcast at 9,500. Temperature 24, dew point 21. Altimeter 2958. All right, wet runway.
Oh, fun.
Yep.
As long as it's not a southwest plane where the brake goes and it goes sideways down the runway, sliding on the water.
Yeah, no.
Thank you.
Yeah, so as far as immersion and entertainment stuff, it's pretty cool. It's more immersive on the ground because you're actually hearing their announcements more. It will do the ding at 10,000 feet and you can hear them tell them they can use their electronics again. They'll talk about they're going to start their beverage service at 10,000 at cruise altitude. And then also when you're descending, they'll do stuff for the descent. If you're going to another country, they'll actually mention to get, you know, immigration documents and stuff like that to you, which is pretty cool. So it's pretty good, and it's kind of cool having it. The only thing is, like I said, I'm curious what re-triggers if they stop the service for turbulence. If that's just it, then they just never do it. So I need to kind of go through and read some more and see if there's something I'm missing there, or if that's a little bug that affects. It is still technically early access, so there's plenty of room for improvement in the program. But so far, it's pretty cool. I'm enjoying it. Can you be a passenger on a plane if you so wish? Well, kind of. I mean, I can put myself back here on the wing view if I want, and do that. Do the other wing view over here by the engine. FlyJSim is working on their shared cockpit deal that will allow up to 5 people in the cockpit and as many as like 150 passengers, like real people as passengers on the flight. They're still in the process of doing it. So what that will look like is still kind of unknown, but that was something we learned at Expo. It kind of sounds kind of cool what they're working on. So Nightmare Frame, who you'll see sometimes on in the chats here, works with FlyJSim. And he kept running into me and he kept saying, "Buy our planes," which I said, "I already own your 727. Go away." But he was the one that was telling me. He was one of the ones that was telling me about this new system they're working on. So he's a good guy.
You know, it's kind of different. It's kind of interesting that you bring that up. 5 people in the cockpit. That's back in the day. You know, like the director, the navigator, the pilot and co-pilot, and then there was one other guy. You know, with those Neos though, there's two guys, 2 seats, and a closet full of equipment.
Right, but they're talking about they're trying to make a program that will work for a number of planes. So one of their products is the 727. So it requires at least 3 in the cockpit because you got the flight engineer and then 2 pilots, and then you could also have the other 2 people in the seats.
The navigator too, I thought.
727 didn't have a navigator, no.
Oh. Yeah, I remember 727 back in the day, PSA. 727-550. You know, that was that San Jose International before it became an international airport. Ooh. Oh man, that dates me. PSA. Damn things were loud and noisy as hell. Oh man, and when you went up, when you took off, it was at least 45 to 50 degrees climb. You know, but go down and get my guts, you know.
We had FedEx flew the 727 out of here, out of Fresno, for many years, and I missed the sound of those JTADs pounding away as that thing took off. That was such a cool sound.
I missed being at San Jose International in the evening time. I was eating dinner, and FedEx DC-1030 coming in and landing. It's a beautiful slow flight, and the engines are practically in reverse to slow the damn thing down. And a beautiful slow flight, but the ground, the noise just shakes the ground. It's like, what the hell is that? You look out and there's this big old DC-10 coming up. You know.
Yep.
I missed that.
Project Zorgoop, or Zorgoop. I'm not sure how to say that, but hello, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. Glad to see you. We're on our descent here into, actually I need to say that. We're on our descent here into DC. And actually we're below our altitude now, so what is our... Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much.
Not many to bring up
2958 is our barrow.
I've never been to DC yet. I want to go to Arlington. I know that. I'm looking forward to that someday.
Yeah, we went. Yeah, I went there. I went back in 2001. Beautiful city. Lots of stuff to see. No, this is not 737. This is the. This is actually. Now I'm going to say this, and it's going to sound odd. This is the Boeing 717, and it doesn't look like a Boeing cockpit, but it is in a sense because Boeing bought it. This is originally the MD-95 from McDonnell Douglas that it was rebranded as the Boeing 717 once Boeing acquired the company. So.
I haven't even seen one in real life.
Oh really? I've seen them. Yeah, I've seen them all the time at LAX. There's tons of them. Delta flies them all over the place.
I haven't seen the 717 yet, even at Phoenix Sky Harbor. You know, Delta flies in there regularly, tongue-tied there. I haven't even seen the 787 personally, or the 777.
Oh wow! Hey Rav, how's it going, man? How was your flights today? Everything go okay? Did you were you able to stop streaming and fix the plane? Oh, you're still flying. All right, awesome. So where are you flying at the moment then?
Excuse me, gentlemen. I'll be right back.
Bro, 747 is the queen of the sky. If you haven't tried it, go ahead and do it. It's the queen. Oh, believe me, my favorite aircraft is the Boeing 747. All hail the queen, indeed. And I have the PMDG 74, PMDG 748. Love those aircraft. Absolutely love them. They are fantastic.
I took the nickel tour of the 747-400 that was being released for this one airline at, I guess it was like the San Jose International. Oh, no, not San Jose, San Francisco.
Oh, cool.
And they had one there.
That's awesome.
This is before 9/11 when you could, they give you the nickel tour because they, just released this 747 they had just acquired. Take the nickel tour for $5. See our beautiful queen of the sky. Man, that thing is posh. Oh. I thought the 757 was comfortable in an A340, but man, that 747, oh, wow.
Rav, you're doing Fort Lauderdale to Dallas Love. Nice. Awesome. Now on your topic, what's your topic, Pavlin? Next week, British Airways, SFO to Heathrow. Oh, that's a nice long flight. With 744. Wow. Oof. You have fun with that. Nice. That's a nice 10-hour flight right there.
Well, if you're doing the SST, which I'm doing, I could do LAX to Heathrow in like 2 hours and 31 minutes. Not ready yet, guys. Keep a lookout though. Internet land will be released soon. The Boeing 727 200 swing wing, which is Boeing's concept for the SST Concorde. Bring it back. Bring the baby back. Power. This thing goes Mach 2.9, you know, range is like a 777, altitude 61,000, 2,000 feet cruise. Yeah. I did Moscow, LAX to Moscow, which is a nice long flight. I wish I would have logged it to West Window. It was like, I did it like in 4 hours and 22 minutes in the SST. That's 16 hours. Right there, you know.
Gotcha. BREF 140, what did I say the winds were? They were, come back here, 220 at 1, we'll call that 8 knots. So that's 4, so we'll do BREF plus 5, so 145 for BREF.
Do you have scenery for DCI?
Not right now, just Boston Center's online.
No, not center, scenery.
Oh, no. I have scenery for IAD, but the approach isn't nearly as fun as the river visual.
Yeah, who makes IAD, or not IAD,
DC?
DCA?
I don't know.
I'll look it up for you.
Altitude.
Altitude.
Oh.
Restriction right here.
Druiswiki?
Oh, Druiswiki. Oh, that's right. Yeah, they do the whole... They have the whole...
We have begun our final descent into. Flight attendants will be passing through the cabin to collect any trash one final time. Please ensure tray tables are stowed and seats are in the full upright position. Please also store any carry-on items
Hey, David.
either in the
Good night.
back pocket or under the seat in front of you.
I'm not
Please
sure,
complete
Centigrade.
all Wi-Fi related tasks and stow
I
any
kind of
larger
don't think so. Because I think I need to go find food after this. But we'll be flying tomorrow for F&O. It'll be a little bit longer of a deal. So we usually start that around 4. I can't get started until 6 on the weekdays because of work, but Friday is my day off, so I will usually start around 4 or so for the F&O. And we'll go as long as it takes to do the F&O. And then Saturday, we usually stream in the morning. So I'm in Pacific time over here in Fresno, California, so we usually start around 10 Pacific time. I might start a little bit earlier, again, just to help beat the heat a little bit, but we'll see. And Project Zorgoop. I just kind of want to call you Zorp, but thank you for the follow. Welcome aboard. That's a Parks and Recs reference, by the way, if you don't know the Zorp thing. So there's DCA right there. We're gonna fly up here and around, and then river visual down. So there's Washington, Capitol buildings over there, and what have you. So we're gonna make our little end around here.
You should have flown that next plane and taken a look at the new DC scenery they put in.
Oh, that's right. They previewed that at Expo, huh? I need to update. I haven't done the update yet for X-Plane. Have you checked?
Update, so.
I know. Yeah, I know it is. Have you checked it out, Tim?
Yeah, I've flown it.
I mean the DCA scenery, the DC scenery.
No, I haven't done that yet. No.
Oh, okay.
Well, I'm gonna call it a night, guys. I'll see you tomorrow night for the FNO.
Okay, sounds good,
Where
Captain
is
Tim.
FNO?
Houston.
Well, talk to you guys later. Have a good night, guys.
Have a good one.
Houston Intercom?
Huh?
Altitude.
What'd you say?
Houston? For
Houston,
FNO tomorrow?
Houston's the FNO, yes.
Is it both airports?
What do you mean?
Like, isn't there Houston Hobby and there's...
Well, if you're a little small time, yeah. Houston Intercontinental if they're tube-liner. FNO is Friday Night Ops. It's a VATSIM event. So every Friday they do a focus city or cities sometimes. And they staff up everything in the area so that you get full control and everyone tries to fly in and out of there. It makes it super busy and super fun as a result because you have to have a lot of aircraft, full controllers, unless, two caveats, unless it's in Albuquerque Center or Cleveland Center. Those are the two I've had problems with the controllers having issues. If it's Boston Center or LA Center, you can almost guarantee yourself fantastic controllers, very professional environment. If it's Albuquerque or Cleveland, it's a little and anywhere else, it's usually pretty good. Seattle's been hit or miss sometimes. Minnesota's usually on the ball too. They're usually really good. But yeah, so we like to joke about Albuquerque Center and Cleveland Center now. Albuquerque in general is my is a 4-letter. It's ICAO is a 4-letter word around my streams. Albuquerque is where we do not trespass. And there are videos on my YouTube channel that will bear out why that is. It's just kind of our Achilles heel, my Achilles heel. We do go there every once in a while just for funs and giggles, and everyone assumes that I'm going to die when I go there. It's a lot of fun. Alright, let's go ahead and put our slats down here as we come around this. How are we doing on time here for the... we're expected in 14 minutes. We should be okay there. I think maybe that'll help with the terrified nature of our passengers. One can only hope.
Why are they terrified?
I'm not really sure. They just are. They're in a constant state of terrification. We hit some turbulence, and ever since then they've been... Well, we hit turbulence, they stopped the food service, and almost every single one of them was furious and terrified. And then I climbed up out of the turbulence, and they went from furious and terrified to just terrified. I would understand the furious because they didn't ever bring back the food service, but the turbulence went away. It was kind of like the opposite emotion I expected. It was kind of weird. So I don't know what was up with that, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Oh, this should probably be on. I think it was 720 was the thing here, so we're going to set 8. Prof, there we go. Just realized we weren't descending anymore. Should probably make sure we're doing that. Let's go flaps 5.
Speed brake.
Don't tell me what I already know.
Speed brake. Speed brake.
Alright, there's no auto brakes in this thing, so speed brake is armed.
Stabilizer motion.
We're working on the flaps as we come around here. We actually can go flaps 13 at this point. Let's go ahead and do that. Add some drag. Add some drag. Dirty up the wing. We're going to land with flaps 25 on this one. VREF is 145. It's actually 140, but we're going to add 5 for the winds. A good rule of thumb, guys, for those of you who are curious for the VREF speed, is you take the... We learned this from a 737 pilot.
Stabilizer motion.
You take the headwind component, so let's assume the wind is straight down the runway. You take half the winds, and you add half the winds and all of the gusts. So if it's if the wind is 10 knots headwind and gusting 15, then you would add
stabilizer motion.
Enough for the stabilizer. You would add 5 knots to VREF plus another 5 for the addition of the gusts, since the gust was 5 knots above the sustained winds. But you add at least 5 as a rule of thumb, unless of course you've got a tailwind or something or a crosswind, then you add nothing.
Jeez, the frames.
Yeah, the frames, by the way, are not on the sim. That's Streamlabs. Sorry, it has something to do with my settings on the TFDI, and it's reacting with Streamlabs. I don't know why. It's pretty stinking smooth in the sim. I don't know why it's doing that. So sorry about that. So we will not be fooled. That is not a runway. That's the one that Bish fell for when he did this not that long ago.
Altitude.
Yeah, apparently it's just this aircraft, is from what I understand. So let's go ahead. That's flaps 13. Let's go flaps 18 and gear down.
Stabilizer motion.
And we're going to go flaps 25. And I'm going to set 145.
Are you hand flying this right now or not yet?
No, we're about to be right now.
Autopilot.
Now we are.
Using black marble, right?
Flight attendants, take your seats. Yes, using black marble.
Altitude 1,000.
How do you do the crew audio? I'll talk about that in a second. Let me land first, and we'll. Uh-oh. That was a nice lag spike. There's the mall. There's the Capitol. Nice little view of Washington, D.C.
$500. $400. $300.
Crap.
Too low, terrain.
Turn too slowly.
Too low, terrain.
Shut up.
Too low, terrain. Too low, terrain.
This ended
Too
up not
low,
going that
terrain.
well.
Too low, terrain.
Too
Too low, terrain.
Crappy.
Too low, terrain.
Nope. 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 Nope.
Too low, terrain.
I know when to
Too
call
low,
it quits.
terrain.
You're up.
Too low, gear. Too low, gear. Too low, gear.
Shut up.
Too low,
Sorry, Nick.
gear. Too low, gear.
Landing gear.
Landing gear is up. Why are you yelling at me? Stupid plane.
Flaps?
What was that?
Your flaps? Okay.
Yeah, I pulled them up one notch already. I'm gaining some speed first.
Okay.
Yeah, we turned a little too late on that, so I didn't want to turn too early, but I think I obviously overdid it. And ladies and gentlemen, we just had a slight missed approach. We're going to go around and try it one more time. Nothing to worry about. Happens all the time in aviation. We'll be on the ground shortly. Flight attendants, keep your seats.
Cue up the go around song.
That's right. You can always go around.
I would have blamed something else. Oh, we had wind shear. We have to go around.
Yeah, sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. There was a errant moose on the runway, and in the issue of safety, we had to go around. So the zoo wrangler is out there now. Hopefully they'll have that cleaned up in a moment, and then we'll be able to make another attempt. There's the river. Come up and around on that, and we'll try it again. Yes, it is better to turn too early than too late. That is true. Do you only use black marble base pack or vector 2? I do have vector. I have black marble base and vector. And Stargazer, which is also very awesome, by the way. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Let's start to overspeed here. Let's not do that. Alright, is our spotter still armed? Yes, they are.
Can't seem to find a button to bring it up.
What was that?
I'm trying to bring up PACX, but like I don't know how to bring it up. Do I have to start the flight outside of it of P3D? Like, do I have to start it before I can actually?
No, but you do have to start it. You have to run the program at some point. You can do it before you start P3D or after. It doesn't matter. But you have to set a button to start it. Hey, Chili, how you doing, man? You just missed our go around at DCA. We're coming around the river here to try it again. I turned a little too late for the runway and tried to save it, but you know what? A good pilot knows when to just go around, and that's what we did. So we are coming around. We're going to try this again. There's the river, because you can always go around. Pseudo Simmer, yeah, it does. Black Marble does look beautiful. So.
Landing gear.
Quiet, I'm on it.
Landing gear.
Don't tell me what to
Landing
do.
gear.
Nanny plane, I tell you.
Landing gear.
Yes, it's down.
1,000.
Thank you very much. Flaps 25 coming back in.
That'd make a good challenge for our landing rate competition.
Yeah, right. I'm kind of surprised they didn't do the DCA one because it's a much tighter. It's a bit of a tighter turn. But yeah, I don't know. I was kind of surprised when they set up the offset ILS at Juneau that they didn't do Reagan. But whatever.
$500. $400. $300.
This is
minimum.
Much better than it did.
Sync rate.
Oh, shush.
50, 40, 30, 20, 10, 5.
Well, not quite center line, but you know, hey, we're down. 11 feet per minute, really? Wow. All right. I'll take it. I always forget we don't have auto brake. I gotta do it myself. Do it myself.
11 feet per minute.
I'm just that good. I have a feeling it's more to do with a frame hiccup than anything else, but sure. But I'll take it.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have reached our destination.
Oh, there's the...
You can now use your mobile devices. Please remain seated until the aircraft has come to a complete stop and the seatbelt sign is turned off. Remember to use caution when opening the overhead bins, as items may have been shifted during the flight. If this is your final destination, we thank you for flying with us. If you're making a connection, we encourage you to check your itinerary to ensure a smooth continuation of your journey.
Come on,
yeah, that's what I said the other night when I had my 178. And, my frame rate was so low, I was surprised I had a decent landing.
Taxi. Come on, show me my... No, this is Atlanta. Don't show me Atlanta. Come on.
Close enough.
Yeah, it's the same difference. Come on, just keep swimming. There you go. Just trying to make sure I'm on a path that will actually take me to the terminal. All right. So yes, that will work. Bravo, Papa Kilo. Let's see. Guiga plays TV15 or something like that. Thank you for the follow. Welcome aboard. Sorry if I butchered that. Landing gear, that's right. Alright, we'll pull the that up, flaps coming up. Take the high intensities off.
Gee, that was fast. Good job on that zoo wrangler that took care of that moose.
Yeah, he got that thing taken care of right away. Sorry for making those huh? I don't.
So it looks like I got here just in time, huh, to see you land or arrive.
Yeah, apparently. How you doing, Mark?
I'm doing well. Welcome to Atlanta, I guess, huh? Or no?
Well, no, other way around. We took off from Atlanta. Welcome to DCA. Yeah. Let's see. Let's go find where we're parking here. Gate.
Jeez. Exciting.
Indeed. We'll go to gates. Well, maybe not. Hang on. Let's go to gate 16. I don't know where that is.
Follow the spaghetti.
I know, right? If we're gonna choose one of those, we're gonna choose them. All right. Let's see. Where did? Oh, did I just see him activate right there? Bingo! That was lucky. That was lucky. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Ronald Reagan National Airport in our nation's capital, Washington, D.C. We hope you enjoyed flying with us today. We know you have a choice when you fly, and we thank you for flying West Wind. We'll be at the gate momentarily. Please remain in your seats until that seatbelt sign has been turned off, at which time when you grab your bags, please take caution as things do tend to shift during the flight. Have a wonderful evening. Yes, this is the TFDI 717. I think this is my... this might be one too early. Yeah, it was one too early. Dang it. Dang it. Alright, well, I'll find you. I see you on the ladder. I see you on the ladder. If I can turn my... No, don't do that. Why did it get brighter? Stop doing... Oh my gosh. There. Good lord. That's the one thing I don't like about the right click is if you miss it, you bring up this stupid menu. That's helpful.
That was all set to laugh at you, man, and you did it right.
I'm stopping there, otherwise I'm going to miss the jetway. I still might miss the jetway, actually. Let's see here. What were you, what were you about to laugh at me for?
You said you made your one too early, and I thought you had.
Oh.
And you actually pulled it off. It looked good.
Nice. Alright, so that's ground power on. Let's get that seatbelt sign off for the angry passengers in the back. You're somewhere over there. Where are you? Seatbelt sign. There we go. And let's see. Jetway. Excellent. Oh, turn that off. Turn that off. Share unit. And
Hey, Mike, how do you set that button? Bring
hang
up
on.
the
I'll show
menu?
you. Hang on a second. Let me finish this here real quick. Fuel pumps can come off. Beacon light can come off. Those can all get retracted. Anti-ice off.
Bye-bye. Bye. Bye-bye.
Open. Off, off, off.
Bye-bye.
Aux and trans can go off. There we go.
Bye. Have a good one.
Okay. Let me see what PACX said about me. It's probably awful.
Bye.
Very unsatisfied. Jerks.
Bye-bye.
Love your antlers.
Love your hand. Alright, see you, Poplin. Okay, so to bring that up, let me show you. So, if you go into the gear right here, show hide pop-up, set that to something, and activate vocal input is for the mic. So I have mine to the 0 key on my keyboard, that's why it says D0. And then the F9 key for my vocal input. And make sure you go down and hit apply after you set them, otherwise do nothing.
Okay.
Bye, thank you for a wonderful flight.
Very unsatisfied. Extreme flying conditions. Yeah, turbulence, really? That in-flight service suspension, yeah. And extreme taxi conditions. What extreme taxi conditions? I've never heard a plane like that. Heard of a plane like this flying like that. That was not safe taxiing. Really?
Thank you very much. Goodbye.
I wish they would have finished the in-flight service. I wish they would have too. There was no reason they shouldn't have.
Bye, thank you for a wonderful flight.
See, it thought my landing rate was minus 396. And Project Fly, I would tend to believe this probably more than Project Fly. So I think 11 is a little bit suspicious. So, no, the crew audio is not FS to crew. That's this. That's PACX. Well, actually, no, I'll upload that, fine. View online. So then you can view it online. You can see all your stuff. And here's all your passengers. You can get a list of your passengers here. I could share it if I wanted to. I don't want to, but this is wait, what is this? So this is what we're talking about is PACX, the new program out by TFDI. It's like a FS passengers kind of a thing. My experience watching replays, positive landing rate from Project Fly is a bounce. Yeah, well that wasn't a was it a? Did it say positive 11?
Thank you. You did a great job. Thank you for
I thought it said negative 11. Where'd it go?
It was positive.
Oh yeah. We didn't really bounce though either, so I don't know what that was all about. So yeah, no, PACX is not free. PACX is $30. The other audio you're hearing right now is GSX, and that's $40, something, $50 maybe. I don't know.
Thank you for a wonderful flight.
Yeah, $29.99 for PACX. It's pretty cool. There's some things I need to learn more about and how it works and how you interact, but I'll get the hang of it. This is only the second time I've used it, so and the first time on stream. But yeah, we made it to DC, and it really is a different environment when the airport has the dynamic lighting and stuff. The what do you call it? Well, yeah, the dynamic lighting, I guess, because otherwise it'd be lighting up my aircraft right now. Where'd you come from? Like, I landed at... Where did I land the other day that had that? It was super cool. I think Phoenix had it, actually, but...
Vegas has it.
Vegas had it, but I didn't do that recently. It was... I think it might have been Portland or Seattle. It was Seattle, and you pull in, and the tarmac, the aircraft's all lit up from the lights. It was super cool. Free version of FS Passengers, yeah. It's pretty old now, so it wouldn't be surprising that you could probably find it for free now. It's been out for quite some time. Would not be that surprised. But we made it. Had one little go around due to an incident with a moose on the runway, and that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. But otherwise, it was it's always fun to try and do the river visual into DC. But I do need to figure out what's going on with Streamlabs and my. See, it's nice and smooth now, but in the cockpit, not so much. And it's smooth on my screen, but it's not for you. So I'm not sure what that is. In fact, while we're here, I'm gonna mess with some changes and see if I can figure out what that is. Some things that I did turn on that like that wasn't on before. Let me see what triple buffering does, if anything. Well, nope, that didn't fix anything. It's exactly the same. Okay, graphics. So it's not that. I turned this off and I actually turned this down, so that should only make things better. Although this was in, was this an 8x or 4x before? It's probably an 8x before. Let's see what that does, if anything. Because I don't remember doing this when we flew the TFDI the other day. Nope, did nothing, so it's not that. On the next flight, you can go to, oh, in Brazil. Probably not the next one, but we could go down to some. At some point, we are going to do a South America run. We've just finished with the world tour, which unfortunately it did not include Central and South America just because of how it worked out. But so the next thing I want to do is actually go down into South America and do some stuff down there. So that will be happening probably in a few weeks, but we're not there yet. Okay, so it's not that. I did put that back. Good. Let's see. Reflections aren't even turned on, so that shouldn't be a thing. I did turn. Where was it? Was it in lighting? Yeah, this was on low, and I think I turned it up to medium. Let's see what that did. See if that has any effect. No, I don't think that did it. Okay, so we can put that back up to medium. Those were already like that. I didn't really touch any there. I already turned this stuff down. The shadow draw distance is longer, but that wouldn't make a difference if I was in the cockpit or not. So that shouldn't, and it's nighttime. There shouldn't be any shadows. This was always set that way. Weather, well, weather's the same as it always was. I actually turned the cloud stuff down. And I don't understand what changed. Because I don't remember doing this when I flew the TFDI just this weekend even. It's terrain. Goodbye, whoever user was. Auto drone, that got turned down. Scenery complex, got turned down. Again, that shouldn't really matter. Those were always up. That got turned down. Yeah, I don't know what's doing this. I'm gonna have to do some research on that and figure out what's going on. You can see Ireland? Nice. Rich is having the issue. Yeah, I know he was, he came in here because I thought I kind of solved it because it was really bad when it first started. And I turned down some stuff in reflections and it got better, but it's still been choppy, I'm noticing, in Streamlabs. And it's only in Streamlabs. It's not doing it in the aircraft itself. Like on my screen, it's fine. But I'm watching Streamlabs preview and it's all jerky and gross. So I don't know why that is. Yeah, jerky and gross. That's the way I'm going to tell it. All right, so we will be on tomorrow for Friday Night Ops. It's centered in Houston, so we'll probably fly into Houston. I don't know from where yet. If you want to suggest in the Discord where we come from, you can feel free to do that. But just know that we're not starting until about 4. So if you suggest Heathrow, that's not going to happen. Not flying 10 hours to Houston. So so something within like 2 to 3 hours flight time is generally what we're aiming for with the Friday Night Ops event. To Houston rather. And then Saturday we'll be flying in the morning, probably 9 or 10. It's usually been 10, but I'm going to try and start early. I said that last week, and then my family ended up having us all over for breakfast after my birthday dinner, so that shot that right out of the water. But I don't have anything going on this Saturday, so we should be able to do a Saturday 9 o'clock stream. Again, these times are Pacific time, so That would be 1600 Zulu, I think. If I'm doing my math right. We're 7 hours behind Greenwich Mean, since we're in daylight savings time at the moment. So,
JS.
What was that?
That's right. Yes.
Oh, yes, yeah. Tomorrow, by the way, just for those of you that care and those of you that want to know my mindless facts, tomorrow is the summer solstice, which means it is the longest day of the year for those of us in the northern hemisphere. It is the shortest day in the year for those of you in the southern hemisphere. And the solstice is actually happening at approximately, I believe it's 8:54 or something, is the official time of the solstice. That's when the sun is the absolute highest in the sky of Pacific time. Yeah, it's like 1500 something Zulu is the actual
this is gonna make it
moment of the solstice. But
for us in PST to make it longer.
Well, it's been the days have been getting longer every day. It's it will reach its zenith tomorrow tomorrow. It'll officially reach its zenith at about 8:54 or so in the morning. And then the days begin to get shorter again until we get to the winter solstice in December, and the autumnal equinox is a fun word for you guys in September, which is the first day of fall and is the date that the sun is on the equator, and the time is between day and night is roughly equal. It's only really equal for people on the equator, but it's as close to equal as they will be for those of us in any of the hemispheres. So, also, how do you add bots? Okay, so the Project Fly bot is done through Project Fly. I'll show you that right now. This is Project Fly. I'm going to complete my flight because that's complete. Yay. If you go down here to Settings, let's see, where is it at? Streamer Tools. And in here is where you can do the Project Fly bot somewhere. Where is it?
I'm happy.
Good for you.
Landfall.
Yes, very well. This is the settings for the bot. Where is the actual... Excuse me. It's somewhere in here. I will find it. Simulator settings, no. Schedules general. Dispatch. Where is the dang bot at? I found it in here before. Applications. Connections. Discord, Twitter, Twitch. This might be it here. If you connect it to your Twitch profile, that might be where the bot is. But I'm not entirely sure now. I thought it was a little more clear cut when I did this originally, but I'm not seeing it. Beta troubleshooting. Overlay link. Oh, chatbot. Here we go. Haha. So right now my bot's enabled, so you can enable the bot. I think this will work then if you connect it to your Twitch profile. Or there might be settings there, but it's up here. So streamer tools and chatbot. Twitch only. So it doesn't work with YouTube, it only works with Twitch. But there's where you can set up all your stuff. If you... Those are just examples of what it will show. Does it do... I'm just curious, I never looked in here. No, dang it. I need to figure out how people do the Metar one, but for the other stuff, so I've got Nightbot as well, and for that, stand by. For that, if you go to nightbot.tv, right there, and then you log in, it's going to do this automatically for me because I'm already logged in, but you log in with Twitch, and you can set up Nightbot. You have to go into your Twitch chats and add the Nightbot as a mod, but here's where you can set up a bunch of custom commands for Twitch. You can do a bunch of other stuff like giveaways, song requests if you're going to run that kind of a stream, timers, interaction, whatever that is. I don't know what that is. Oh, integrations. I can't read. Spam protection, and then logs of what he's doing. Look at that. Oh, thanks. So, But yeah, Nightbot is the other bot I use. There's a number of bots out there that you can choose from. Nightbot's who I use, and then the Project Fly bot as well. I also the Streamlabs bot is the other one because I've got Streamlabs running, and that does stuff for automatically taking people to my Discord and when they follow and subscribe and things like that. So yeah, so it's all just about going to those sites and then connecting them to your stream. All right, let's see who is online at the moment, who we can share the love with, as Brad M shared it with us. So we shall pass on the love to others, and we're going to pass it off to our good old friend John Fly today, because I like that man. He's a good guy. When you share a room with someone, you really get to know him. All right, let's go ahead and I think it's host John. Is it just John Fly? Oh, like this, John Fly. I have to wait 30 seconds. Oh, let's do the raid instead. Okay. All right, so we're gonna send you guys over to John Fly. You guys have a wonderful night, and I will see you all laters.
Let's see you, Moose.
A lot of activities planned coming up with the fam, so last day was today. He's going to the zoo tomorrow.